What's up, everybody? It's Charles, and today marks the 1-year anniversary of me leaving the dealership. On the one hand, I can't believe it's been a year already. On the other hand, this just feels like what normal has been for quite some time. It's been an amazing year. For those of you guys that believed and knew it would be awesome, thank you. I appreciate that. For those of you that were worried that YouTube would change the algorithm and old Charles would be broke, well, I appreciate that. I really do. And of course, YouTube's going to change things. I'm not going to go down that path because we'll be here all day. But you guys know what's been going on at YouTube. So push that aside. It's been an amazing year. So what has the last year brought for us as a community? Well, as I was leaving the dealership, I was actually headed to the Shell Eco Marathon. And that was really cool to see these kids race the slowest race cars on the planet, but it was still a lot of fun. From there, it was the Indy 500, a Milwaukee Tools event, a DeWalt tool event. I got to do the BMW driving experience in Texas, the Pull Apart Challenge, probably one of the coolest things I've ever been involved with, working with all my buddies, tearing up some cars, and most importantly, raising a bunch of money for charity. That was a lot of fun. If you guys haven't checked that out, I'll be sure to link it down below. Got to go to Tennessee and test out some tires with Nokian, which led to a trip to Finland, and Eric, the car guy, and I, my good buddy Eric, and I got to drive cars up in the Arctic Circle, which didn't suck at all. It was an amazing experience just to be there, and then to drive Audi RS4s around the ice track was an extra bit of awesome. Did the Bondurant driving experience, which again was another just crazy thing that I got to do, but bringing it back home, oh, and a ton of other travel that I've just forgotten about. A lot of time spent teaching automotive repair, which was cool, at Atlanta to one of the training facilities. So it's nice to be able to really focus on doing that and helping other guys out in shops, dropping some VW Audi info on them, and having a fun time doing it. As we bring it back home, the biggest change in the garage, kind of, actually not at all, because I'm sitting looking at a white GTI that is disassembled with the transmission sitting on the bench, was the White Wookiee, right? We got it running, we turbocharged it, it did awesome, all up until it didn't. And now it's in a state where the transmission's out. It's gonna get a new clutch pressure plate flywheel because I absolutely roasted the clutch. It did not have the clamping force that it needed. In addition to that, the bent clutch fork did cause some issues with it too, not letting the clutch release fully. So kind of in that weird state. But it did run. Yay, right? Remember that? It was a great victory of getting that car running. Now it's time to get the transmission side straightened out, back in the car, and get her back on the road. The other addition to the family is the Deep Blue Pearl R32, which you guys have been so supportive of, and I've loved. I mean, it's one of those cars I've always wanted, and now I have one. And even though it needs some love, I'm pretty excited about it, and that's been a lot of fun. We're gonna keep that one OEM Plus. In fact, just the other day, I went to Pull Apart and grabbed a handful of parts, so we'll be swapping out some of those broken interior pieces. The other thing that's happened over the last year is almost completely eliminating my dealership blinders. What that means is when you're a dealer tech, you're told all these things like, the dealer's the only place that can do this, and there's no other way to do things other than this way, and that gets ingrained into you, and it becomes part of your soul. And while I still have that, fix the car the factory way mentality, I think that's the way you should come into car repair, at least standard, right, from the get-go. And then if you need to veer off the path a little bit, you can. But there's so many other aftermarket alternatives. You know, I could buy my own Otis machine, the factory VW Audi scan tool, and have it here at my house if I wanted to. I won't. Well, maybe I will in the future. It's expensive right now. I mean, the price comes down. But I can do that. And there's so many other alternatives that I've been able to find and learn and share with you guys, which has been really awesome. It, on the one hand, makes me mad that I spent so many years focused on this is the only way to do things. But now being exposed to that, it's been super cool. I have a lot of respect for you guys in the aftermarket that get it done correctly, and especially without maybe all the aid of the OEM. While it was heartbreaking, I did sell my red shop toolbox. There was no need to have this giant toolbox sitting in the garage taking up a ton of room. Unfortunately, the dude that bought it then has now sold it, so I don't get to go visit it anymore, but it's probably for the better because then now I don't want it back. And of course, one of my favorite things and the thing that I'm hyper focused on is being able to spend more time with my family. watching the kiddo grow up, being able to hang out with my wife a little bit more again has been an amazing thing. It's something I wish for all of you guys that are families, if that's your jam, to have that option. But I'm super thankful that now I have a little bit more time at home, maybe odd times of the day, but we can hang out quite a bit more. The other thing that's weird is like the workflow schedule has been insane. I used to be that up early in the morning dude and then stay up till like 9, 10 o'clock. And now that's completely shifted to like up till 2 or 3 and sleeping until 7:30, 8 o'clock, which I'd never done before. So that's kind of been a fun transition. And I think one of the most noticeable changes for you guys seeing is that I got this new hat. I had been wearing another hat for a while, but now I have this one and I wear it. And I think that's pretty cool. It's become my favorite hat. While there's been 100 million bigger changes and more important things than this hat, this is actually one of my favorite hats now. So that's kind of the last year in a nutshell. Again, it's been just an insanely cool year. I'm so thankful that I have you guys supporting the show. I have the support of a bunch of friends and family as well. It's been such a cool journey to get to the point last year and then now be at the point that I'm at right now, which is ultra cool. I'm super thankful every day, even when things get frustrating, you know, around the internet, as we know how they can be. It's still wicked cool, and I wish for everyone that wants to put the work in to for you to be able to have that same vision, whatever it looks like. It's probably not making car repair videos, but if it is, rock on. If it's something else, hey, go on and get it. You can do it. I want this to show you, right, you can get out of whatever rat race you feel like you're in and do the cool stuff that you want to every day. So I'm gonna wrap it up. What do you guys think for 2018 to 2019? It's gonna be another exciting year. I'm super jazzed, pumped as they make fun of me, they being my family. I'm really excited to see what this next year is gonna bring. It's gonna bring some different things, I know, and some things that'll come way the hell out of left field, like the trip to Finland. Another thing that I just need to mention real quick is I'm going tomorrow to pick up another car. This will be a very short project, one that's actually been in the works for about 6 months, so we'll get that done. I'll have the car about a month, do a bunch of cool stuff to it, and then send it back to its home at FCP Euro, so stay tuned for that. It'll be a Mark V GTI I have not seen yet. They bought it, so I'm a little nervous, but we'll see what happens. I cannot thank you enough for all the support. I appreciate each and every one of you in this community. It's been awesome to meet in person so many of you guys. Otherwise, keep the comments coming, keep the emails coming, keep the DMs on Instagram coming. There's a barrel of links down in the description. Check them out, see if anything fits your fancy. Otherwise, guys, I'm out. Have an awesome day, and I will see you next time.